Hi, it's Leanne. Welcome to the video. I'm going to talk about day 6 post-op. So, bilateral mastectomy with first stage of immediate reconstruction involving tissue expanders. So that has, I'm on day 6 now from recovery, and that has been challenging in some ways and easier in other ways. So the ways that it's been challenging, pain management. If you don't stay on top of your meds and you think, oh, I'm feeling actually pretty good, so I'm going to let it slide for the amount of acetaminophen or the amount of ibuprofen or the amount of heavier narcotics that I'm taking. You might find, and as I did, that your pain tolerance becomes a little lower and the pain starts to creep in ways that once you do take your medicine, it takes a bit for it to kick in. So you can have a bit of a stretch where you're not feeling your greatest. So I found very quickly that trying to reduce my medicine too soon was a no-no for me. Second of all, I've been getting a lot of rest. So I've just been doing a lot of having very little expectations of myself. I'm normally a very active person. I normally get up every morning and have a workout, walk my dog, and stay on my feet, going room to room, doing chores, cooking, tidying, various things like that. And I've done none of that. So I'm happy to say that I've been taking doctor's orders and I've been resting. I will say though that another challenge that I've been having is I was taking a hydromorphone 1 milligram tablet every 4 hours to manage the pain, and listening to all the other videos out there and all of the other people in the breast cancer community, a frequent sentiment was that off the bat, day 1, they were going down to just the regular Tylenol and Advil or acetaminophen and ibuprofen dose, and then leaving the heavier stuff for the night. And I didn't do that, as for reasons I just spoke about earlier. And what I did notice when I started to taper the dosage was that I was kind of doing it wrong. I noticed that I was getting nausea, I was getting dizziness, just a general sense of basically withdrawal symptoms. So after only 4 days on hydromorphone 1 milligram every 4 hours, I decided to go. I think I got to the 10th hour and I started to feel like I was going to throw up and dizzy, and I couldn't figure out why. And then it dawned on me, wait a second, I have felt this way before. And not because I was addicted to hydromorphone before, but rather because the withdrawal symptoms that I've experienced getting off of other medicines in the past, not related to narcotics, have actually caused me to feel the same way. So it rang similarly in my mind, and I had to really sit down with myself and realize that I needed to very carefully taper my hydromorphone dose. So now, rather than taking 1 milligram every 4 hours, I've started to take half a tablet every 6 to 8 hours. And I've also added Gravol to my little cocktail of pain meds, so that the Gravol helps to stave off any nausea and dizziness that I've been feeling. So that's kind of where I'm at right now with pain management and with reducing the heavier meds and getting back to sort of like a normal day-to-day life. Some things I've thought of doing but haven't done yet are specific workouts that I can manage without having to lift over 5 pounds. And I do realize that doing body weight exercises would mean that I would be lifting, well, my body weight. And obviously I weigh more than 5 pounds. But I do think that I'm going to tackle a lower body workout in the next couple of days here, probably doing some air squats, some air lunges, probably variations of lunges and squats, some static movements, so unilateral, and then switching to the other side, doing some half range followed by full range movements with regard to squats and lunges, and as well maybe doing some balance work. We'll see about that in terms of getting the calves involved with doing some maybe some squats on my tippy toes, and just some holds, and just really focusing on the time under tension for my lower body and anything that I can withstand in that regard. So I'm excited to do that. I may not break a sweat, I may not get my heart rate up the way that I want, but I would love to get my muscles engaged and get my circulation going, get my heart pumping to some extent. So look forward to hearing back from me as to how that goes. I also did some light kitchen prep today for supper. I did some chopping and made a homemade green pepper soup. So it turned out fantastic and everyone loved it, and it took virtually no effort at all. I had my husband do all the heavy lifting, and yeah, so that was great. I also went for a walk today. We're about to endure another cold snap, so I took advantage of the warm weather. We took our dog, we took our family, we drove to a beautiful trail system, and we walked and we commiserated with the birds, and it was fantastic. So I would encourage anyone who is almost at the 1 week post-operative mark to be doing the same thing, to be at least getting out and doing a walk. It's not only good to get fresh air for your mental well-being, but I do believe that I felt physically better afterwards as well. So I think there's some truth to that. Personal hygiene has been okay. Obviously, I'm not allowed to shower for the first week. I do have bandages quite extensively here, as well as drains, and I'm not able to get those wet. So I've been taking showers / sponge baths. So I have a shower nozzle that's detachable that I can use as a wand, and I'm able to actually shave my legs. Actually, my husband shaved my legs the first time, so I was very grateful to him for doing that, and he did a great job. So I just felt good. I also have challenges raising my arms up to a level that would allow me to wash and dry my hair. And if there are any curly-haired girls out there, you know the plight of the curly-haired. You can't just come out of the shower with wet hair and let it go, because you'll end up with whew. So I decided to, rather than put my husband through the trials and tribulations of learning how to give me a blowout, I called up my girl Tiara on the phone and I said, can you fit me in a pinch for a shampoo and a blowout? And she pulled through, of course, as she always does, and did an amazing job. So hair is clean and washed and fresh, courtesy of my girl Tiara. Other things I will say that have been a challenge would be just keeping busy and finding purpose and meaning in all of these minutes and hours that are passing while I'm sitting idly doing the resting that I'm supposed to do. So it's a real challenge, although I will tell you that my wheels are turning, my crafter wheels are turning. I'm thinking up my next craft, I'm thinking up my next hobby, some things that I can make, some things that I want to make to give away, some things I want to make to keep. And it's all very exciting happening up here. It's just a matter of getting it to happen outside of my head. So stay tuned for that. I'll keep you guys posted on some of the cool things that I get up to. As far as bandages and as far as the surgery, it went well. I have bandages, like I said. I haven't had any seepage that is reportable or would require me to change my bandages. I do have 2 drains, one on each side. They're stitched in with sutures, and then they also have bandages applied around them to keep them in place. I currently empty them twice a day, and I have them safety pinned onto the inside of my shirt. So you can see, yucky, this one is a little bit fuller than this one, yucky. You can see that the color is light pink to amber and almost clear. That's a good sign. The first sign of infection would be drains that are foul smelling, drains that have like a pussy discharge. So this is a really good indication that what's going on in the inside is a lot of healing and just a lot of good body mechanics at work. So I'm happy to say that drain management, although it was horrific in my mind before I was able to actually hands-on get the experience to do it, drain management has actually been a breeze. So what else can I tell you? I think that's about it for this day 6 post-operative video. My breasts, I was fortunate enough to, I think if you saw my other video, you'll know that I was fortunate enough to actually get to keep my nipples and my areolae, which was an 11th hour decision the morning of surgery, which I am extremely grateful for, because when I look at myself, although it looks very, very unusual with all of the skin just sort of tight against the drains and these empty bags, which are the tissue expanders. You can really see the rippling. You can really just sort of see some semblance of breast there. So I'm very excited about that. And emotionally, I would say that it's, I was prepared for both circumstances. I just want to be very, very clear here that I think you would still be seeing the positivity and the happiness and the joy coming from me had I had my nipples and areolae removed. So I just want to be clear that that is not something that is helping me get through this emotional time, okay? I'm still processing things on an emotional level, and I will for the rest of my days. This is something that changes everybody, and so I just want you to be aware that no matter what your surgery is, no matter what surgery you have, be it conservative, be it aggressive, be it skin saving, nipple sparing, or otherwise, it's all okay. You will still love yourself. You will still find that ability to smile at yourself and appreciate the body that you have. The body that you have is strong. It's able to heal itself, and it is a wonder. It is a wonder when you look at yourself after you've been through so much, and you can really just feel proud that you got through it and that you're as strong as you are. And the body is a miraculous, amazing vessel, you guys. I cannot make that any clearer to you, that I have mad respect for my body right now. Even when I feel like I have abused my body, we could go back and talk about my 20s if you want. But even when I feel like I've abused myself to the point where I really don't deserve this type of a response and a comeback from the body that I've taken for granted for so long, I just want you to know that, like, those are all normal feelings. And I'm going through it all, and I'll continue to report back on all of this emotional stuff as well. But that's it for now. So I hope you guys found some information that you could relate to, and if you have any questions, be sure to post them below, and feel free to subscribe and hit the bell so that you'll know when a new video comes out. And that's it for now. Thanks for joining and watching, and I appreciate all the feedback, and this has been a really positive experience so far, and I just want to say see you next time, as usual, in the next video.